Hi, everyone. So people are entering our session. Thank you very, very much for being here. And we have some minutes to debate about this topic. And I hope if you have some questions or something to say or comments, please just let me know right here on the chat. And then we can answer and talk more about the topic you are interested to talk, okay? So, if you allow me, so I will start. We are exactly on time. And then, what's the idea today? My topic is what AI research has to say about AI in education, transformation or retrogression. So, that's the idea. My name is Alesse Nunes. I'm a Brazilian living here in Tokyo, in Japan, for the last 7 years, and I came to Japan for a master's degree and now concluding a PhD in education and happiness and mental health. Also, I'm researching about global citizenship and the impact of global citizenship in students' mental health. So, if you allow me, let me start the presentation. Here is my screen, as you can see. So let's go. The first idea now, or what I want to discuss initially, is exactly if is AI pushing the education. Here I can put here. So is AI pushing education forward or pulling it back? So if you can vote here, please. This the idea. Okay, we have one vote pushing forward. That's amazing. Someone more has some idea. Do you think that AI now is pushing education forward or putting it back? What's happening about AI on this time? We know that in many sessions during this conference, we had many people talking, and we will have people talking about AI. And it's quite interesting to see your opinion about that. And then it's open to votes. I will talk more about this idea, and another vote about a bit of both, and or too soon to tell. But I don't think it's too soon to tell because people are living this many recent, but we are living this intensively. So that's the idea. What I want to say, just starting with one point, very interesting from my side. In the university I'm studying now, I talk to some students and then I ask them what is happening in your classes about AI. And one student told me something interesting. She said, what my professor did, because she is afraid of AI and we using this, so she decided to that our assessment, our works, and our tests, everything now will be using pen and paper. So I said, okay, but is this the best solution that we can use? I think that the big question here is, are we preparing students for the future or are we clinging to the past? So this or only banning AI tools is not the best solution. Initially, the first months of AI, it was so clear that some people was very scary about this, and then what to do? How can we manage it? Then the idea today in my presentation is to discuss about this and to see some research that people are conducting about this topic. So let's go. When we block AI in classrooms, are we fostering critical thinking or limiting students' access to essential skills? So this question is important, and one research is saying that 70% of the future jobs will require AI literacy. So the question now is that it's happening. We as educators, we need to understand that it's happening and fast, very fast. And then it's very important for us to understand more and to really see how to deal with that. That's the biggest question for all of us. That's my my idea. And then Johnny from Peru, Koichi from Peru. Wow, it's amazing. From Kimberley, South Africa. Very, very nice to meet you. And then, what's the next idea? when we ask about this, how can we, uh, do we need to block this, or can we allow everybody to use that? How can we do? What's the best procedure about this? So, what AI research also is saying about this? The last months I was dedicating to this and trying to understand and organize the research about AI, researching about AI in education. So that's the topic I want to talk to you today. So what I did, what AI research is saying, I did a kind of small systematic review about this topic, and I went to the platform, the database, Eric and Scopus. Only, look this, only ChatGPT and education, we have 333 papers or research papers with peer-reviewed research papers about chat gpt and education. And in the scopus database we have more than 4,000 research and different kind of papers about this topic. So it is a lot. So it's something that we need to consider and understand and organize this research. So let's go. What's the findings from these all these papers? How can we understand that? So what I did some screening and exclusion. I decided about how to do that, and then I have the six most important and that attended my idea and my questions, my research questions for today. And then I have six main papers, and I am focusing on the focus area, key findings, implications, and problematizations in these six papers. And how can we understand and learn from them about what to do and the main problems and many other possibilities about this. Here, the number three is quite interesting because this paper is about if AI is stimulating students to cheating or not, or how can they solve these problems, and many problematizations here. Then I will talk about this during the presentation. So the first thing, what I did, I applied one sentiment analysis of this chat GPT in education. And then what do we have here? Basically, based on this, the negative sentiment analysis from the papers, 24%. And neutral, they are just analyzing pros and cons, etc., 30%. And positive, 46%. So what is positive here? Enhanced learning experiences, improved teaching efficiency, personalized learning, support for diverse learners. That's the main things, main findings from this sentiment analysis, what the scholars are debating and explaining to us about this. From the negative side is plagiarism and academic integrity, technology and decreased critical thinking. Many scholars are really thinking and considering about critical thinking, if AI is helping or not. Privacy and data security, social, emotional well-being. So how can we balance all of this? So these 2 points are important, the positive side, and mainly about improving teaching efficiency, and from the negative side, thinking about critical thinking and many other ideas from this side. So how can we understand this? First of all, I want to share some examples of ChatGPT's potential benefits in education. And then thank you, Vanessa. Yeah. AI, everything is new. Then that's my perception because all papers that I have is from 2023, 2024. So we have only 2 years that all things are happening, and then we really need to understand more. Dr. Range is here. Thank you so much for your research and your work. So what's the examples? I want to share some examples here with you. So let me see. These are real examples, not the picture, but the examples are real. Dr. Elling from Old Dominion University. What is she doing? She's encouraging her education graduate students to use ChatGPT as a stand-in for a particular persona, like a debate partner who will point weaknesses and their arguments, etc. So I read in details about what is she doing. Very interesting. She's stimulating students to make a good use of AI to help them learning how to make students debate and increase their ability for debate, for argumentation, for most understanding about how to have a good dialogue and use these ideas in their research as a graduate students. So this is one example. Another example, this is from Universidade de Coruña in Spain. Dr. Fran Bellas, he recommended teachers use ChatGPT as an assistant in crafting quizzes, exam, and lesson plans for classes. So here in the presentation is short, naturally, but he's doing great job and really trying to use, or the preparation of teachers' classes is quite interesting and can be increased a lot if you do this. So exams and etc. etc. So we can use this and make this more interesting for teachers and make our task easily, and then we can share this with students. Another example from India, Chennai, American International School in Chennai, in India. In her classroom, she is advising students to remember that ChatGPT answers may not be credible and accurate all the time, and to think critically about whether they should trust the answer and then confirm the information through other primary sources. So she's stimulating students to understand the importance of constantly working on their original critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity skills. So this professor, she's clearly teaching students to use AI as a tool, as not only as an end. And then critical thinking, creativity, and problem solving is something that is still very needed in our world. Then humans can do this quite in a very good way. So we need to understand this. So another idea is from another teacher is create an AI tutor for your students, or together we can create a good prompt like teaching AI to be a very encouraging tutor who helps students understand concepts by explaining ideas and asking questions, and then only one question at a time. And then you can ask the chat GPT, for example, to learn from your student, and your student ask questions and learning from them. This going back ideas is very good because students can learn faster, can learn better, can really improve their possibilities about this. And naturally, we have many questions about how to do this in a very important way. And, and then I have here one question from Koichi, that what strategies do you recommend for educator to incorporate AI responsibly in a way that enhances learning without compromising ethical standards? And this question, Koichi, I will answer exactly in the next slides based on this systematic review I did. So how to do this? What professors are thinking and scholars are thinking about this? So let's move. So I did one thematic analysis of ChatGPT in education. Remember that 6 articles I had then, I conduct a thematic analysis, and I think this thematic analysis can help to answer the question for Mr. Koichi. So what's the main idea? What's the scholars are basically saying about this ChatGPT in education? So number one, yes, it is a disruptive technology. Number two, ethical concerns and responsible implementation. All of them are thinking about this, how to implement being ethical without being old, without simply blocking the AI for students, etc. So this balance is quite hard to do now because everything is new, as we just shared. But how to do this? Number three, AI as an assistive technology, not a replacement. So this is quite interesting, and it appears a lot. And number four, the need for new educational approaches. So initially, many teachers, they were scary only and only blocked this. But we know that it's almost impossible. We needed to surf this wave and really understand what to do or how to do in an ethical way, using as a technology as a tool. And for this, we need to kind of reinvent our educational approach. So it's very important. So let's go. I want to talk a little bit about each one of them. Number one, a powerful tool, but not without risks. So today, AI and ChatGPT, etc., we have hundreds of tools. I did a list of the best AI tools for educators, etc., etc. We can stay hours talking about this. Many of them are very good. Many of them are not so trustable. You need to really test and see if it's good. But it's happening. More than 2,000 applications, new applications every week around the world. So it's a big wave. It's happening. And we, all of us as educators, we need to ensure ethical use of ChatGPT in education or AI in general. So it's important to promote, and this is part of my answer, academic integrity, guidance on information evaluation, and encourage independent thinking skills. So it's being aware that AI, you can use this without integrity, without good evaluation, etc. So it's possible. So how to improve our ways of teaching, not compromising our ethics and not compromising this critical thinking, etc. This is one of the most important questions. And naturally, creativity and really be attentive about what's happening around the world is very important and is one part of the answer. Next one, from another paper, the findings establish how ChatGPT and its derivatives would create a new paradigm in education as a whole. So it's happening. It's a new way to understand education because our students they are using AI and they will use AI more and more and more. So we need to be a good teacher for them and use that strong energy and use this back and make this a source of creativity for them and not only a tool that they use and they don't need a teacher, for example. So that's not definitely is not the idea. And another point, since the release of ChatGPT, it has generated both admiration and concern amongst educators. Yes, we know we are admired. Wow, it's incredible, but we have many concerns about how to maintain our level of teaching, how to be ethical, how to use creativity, how to avoid plagiarism, etc. So it's a big concern, not only for us, but for the entire world now that is using these tools. Next is, please, let's understand, this is one assistive technology, not a replacement. So the answers usually it lacks a kind of human-like reasoning ability. So the ChatGPT language is not able to replace the human teachers in terms of communication and interaction with students. So, but we need to increase more and more our ability to communicate and to interact with students to make the classes more engaging, more creative, and to use AI as a good tool to increase in general the possibilities and the talking. This is quite interesting. Teachers are not replaceables. We know that, but AI is here. We need to understand how to balance and use this strong source to make our classes better and our students happier, etc. So it needs a new educational approach. As I told you, it's part of the many papers is debating about this. So ChatGPT in education field has caused a drastic shift in the landscape. So this drastic shift is forcing us as an educators to understanding better and to make our research and our classes more strategic and more interesting for students in general. Okay, so let's just put here. Just a second. Just confirm if my image is okay. Okay. Okay, can you hear well? Okay. Okay, good. So let's go, because it frozen here for me some moments, but I think now it's totally okay.